represented by the marbleized metallic red and black D20 with gold numbers, is going to be the Phantom Knights, and they're bringing along the hero Mimring. They are at exactly 500 points and have the following abilities. Insubstantial 3. A Phantom Knight adds 3 additional defense dice when rolling defense dice against a normal attack from a figure who is not adjacent. And Stealth Flying, which is just like the keyword flying, but you don't take leaving engagement attacks if you start to fly while engaged. Mimring has Fire Line Special Attack. Range Special, Attack 4. Actually, that's just going to be simplified as Fire Line Special Attack, Attack 4, Line 8. Which you choose 8 figures in a straight line from Mimring. All figures on those spaces who are in line of sight are affected by Mimring's Fire Line Special Attack. Roll 4 attack dice once for all affected figures. Affected figures roll defense dice separately. And Flying, which is like Stealth Flying, except when you start to fly, you'll take leaving engagement attacks if you're engaged. Represented by silver indented numericals on a purple and pink galaxy-esque D20 is going to be the Einar Imperium, and they're bringing along the hero Fiabani the Void Siren. They also are at exactly 500 points and have the following abilities. Double Attack. When each member of the Einar Imperium attacks, he may attack 1 additional time. And Stealth Flying, which we didn't go over, but it is like the keyword of flying. But, it was already explained in the Phantom Knights. And Fiabani the Void Siren has Black Powder Pistol. Start the game with 3 black powder markers on this card. Oop, there we go. Going to use round tracker markers, because that looks more black powdery than red wound markers. Anyway, they are now on that card. After moving and before attacking, you may remove a powder marker from this card to add 4 to Fiabani the Void Siren's range value for the rest of this turn. You may only use this special power once during a round. Master of Disguise. I'm going to be a Master of Disguise. The first time each turn that Fiabani is targeted by a squad figure with a normal or special attack, you may roll the 20-sided die. If you roll a 13 or higher, Fiabani cannot be targeted by that attack or any other attack this turn. And that was Master of Disguise 13. And Disengage. Fiabani, well, Disengage is kind of like Stealth Flying, but instead of being able to fly over obstacles such as ruins, water without stopping, and other figures, you just don't take any leaving engagement attacks when you leave an engagement. And today's map is going to be the Hydra's Lair. Another official map, and yet another of these ones where we're stuck in the small dungeon maps because they're designed to be played as bigger rooms. But there's like 12 of these left. I don't know. Anyway, this is today's map. The treasure, this time the trap is going to be on a 1 to 5. You die if you try to get it. That's going to be the rule. And other than that, I think I'm ready to go. Mimring is nice and set up for a fire line, so I guess initiative will determine where Mimring is going to breathe his fire. Oh, I almost forgot. There are 2 treasure glyphs that are both symbol side up and 3 regular glyphs that are symbol side up. Power glyphs? I don't know. Just glyphs. And because I'm playing solo and there's no use for the X order markers, I will be foregoing putting them on army cards because, as I usually say, I am not tricking myself because I usually say. Anyway, yeah, this is it. In fact, even take a look, because it's not going to be a surprise. What I do, let's get these D20s, get this game going. We've got 10 to 4. 10-4. We're going to start with order marker number 1 on Mimring, who is going to go 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I can't fit there. Interessante. Well, I still think I might be able to get him in position. But it'd be stupid to move him there, because just say, for example, he could sit there. Even using his horns to draw a line of sight, he can't do a fire line to Fiabani. So there goes that plan. Now I must reanalyze what I want to do with him. I could fry another Einar Imperium. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one would probably be better because he can at least get 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they have a flight range of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'd actually want to go here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, you gotta include the threat range of the opposing figures, Mimring will at least get there and be able to do a Fireline special attack without repercussion for at least one turn. All right, so we've got 4. And, 3. Nice roll. Well, I think we might lose 2 Einar Imperium here. We have a defense of 3 normally. And there's 1, and then we will just... Yeah, they're both gone. So not a bad... That's with these small maps. Setting up things that you like to try and avoid, if possible. You like to Fiabani avoid siren them. We've got order marker number 1 on the Einar E's. And we've got a movement of 5 with them. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just going to go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're too far back. We'll take this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we've got Glyph of Quillavon, Sudden Movement. That is a temporary glyph. Choose up to 3 of your figures other than the one on this glyph. You may move each of the chosen figures up to 5 spaces. Well, we don't want Mimring to get another attack, so you're moving them with Quillavon, which I believe negates flying. Nope, just says when counting them for movement. Not that you'll notice this through the magic of recording and editing, but I paused the video to consult a rules expert, and I'm going to rule that they can fly. The example given to me was if Sir Gilbert uses Jandar's Dispatch on the Sentinels of Jandar and move them, they may fly. So, I'm just going to do that with the Glyph of Quillavon and the Einar Imperium. By the way, if you're interested in more Heroscape stuff, we can segue right into that ability name being a podcast hosted by Gordon Berg and Ken Williams called Jandar's Dispatch. It's available on Spotify and other places. Talks about Heroscape and has a special guest each episode. Anyway, we're going to continue here, and while you play, you want to keep your army close by so you always have something to feed to the machine when one falls, or overwhelm the enemy if you happen to keep the line. But lines are the name of the game right here, and Mimring will be able to fry these dudes pretty quickly here. So we're going to use Quillavon to move up some of these Einar Imperium and hopefully take them down with a series of well-placed attacks. It'll leave some Einar Imperium in the back, and it's a risky move. Not exactly the most calculated, but we're going to try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now, that was the first... excessive swallow. That was the first Einar Imperium to move. This temporary glyph is now gone. And we will now be able to move the others. And we've got 3, 4, 5. We can actually... We're going to try and engage some... No, they have stealth flying. Doesn't matter. That's just putting him in harm's way. But that also doesn't matter because they can stealth fly. So can the Phantom Knights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're in range of like half the army anyway. So go for the goal, which is Mimring. We're going to get 2 attacks on Mimring. And that's 3. Mimring has a defense of 3. And, only 1. It takes 2, baby. And now we will do a double attack. 3! And Mimring is gonna... This is gonna be nice. Well, 2. Still. 3 of 5, and that's only 2 of the attacks of 4. So, again. 1! You're the weaker. You're the runt. And 2. Defended. Pathetic. And 1. Yep. And defended. Well, it's as if this guy carried all the weight, and this guy was like, I'll show up maybe. But one of the key things to take away from this is Mimring's locked down. So, order marker number 2, now on Mimring, less effective without a nice fire line. And if we fire line, there's no way to... Well, Mimring's going to go down. He's probably got 1 turn left. So, we're actually going to take... Oh, no, that would be 2 leaving engagement attacks. He could potentially die. That would be throwing away a turn. Just for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. You know what? It's Common Clash. Let's actually use his dice. We're going to try leaving engagement attacks. And he takes 1 wound. Okay. So, we're going to go 1, knock you down. If you see me getting high, knock me down. 2, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we are going to do a fire line special attack this way. Man, swinging my grippers all over the place. We're going to do an attack. Ooh. Chinese firebolt. Ooh. 3. There's 1 dead. And 1 dead. See, we could have got 1 potential attack, maybe kept Mimring alive for another turn, but he's served his purpose. Now the Einar Imperium are going to go again. And as an opponent, if you were sitting across the table looking at this, this is where the X would come in handy, and you could have 1 on Mimring and trick the opponent. But I am not tricking myself. What would you do in this situation? Would you assume the X was on Mimring and was the 3 and try and take him out? Or would you try to start to cut into the Phantom Knights? We're going to do both. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll get a height attack down. And then we'll just move this guy up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We're going to get a height attack down right here. First, this one on that one. And that's going to be 2 normally, plus 1 for height. I like to represent any extra die with the basic Heroscape attack dice, or combat dice, because they weren't attack dice back. Well, these were attack dice. Combat dice is when shield and skull are on both. 1. Oh, wait. They have an attack of 3. What am I thinking? 2. And the Phantom Knights have a defense of 4. And not defended. We're going to get another attack down. 3 normally, 1 for height. And 2 again. And that is not defended. Ah! Pause. He was in shadow. Shadow lets you roll 1 extra defense die, and still not defended. Still dead. Alright, well, let's do some attacks on Mimring now. First attack is going to be from the guy on the rear end of the creature, and that's going to be 1. One. Attack number 2. 1. 2. All right. Attack number 1. 3. This is it. This is it. Yep, Mimring is gone. You served your purpose well on the first turn of the game, but now you're down a hero. But it simplifies order marker management on this side of the board. Speaking of which, Phantom Knights are order marker number 3. So, while a common unit cannot pick up a treasure, they can stand on it. 1, 2, we're just going to get a height attack down on him. And they have a movement of 6 as well. 4. Who's the furthest away that we can get into the battle? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That one will go there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That one will go there. Yeah, okay. Let's get an attack on this guy here. That is going to be an attack. 3. Ah! Stay consistent. And that's going to be 1. And defended. We're getting attack across right there. That's going to be 1. Defended. And we will get an attack down there. That's 3 normally, 1 for height. And 2. Well, at least you got one. But now, it's time for an Einar Imperium response. A riposte. A parry. A thrust. And let's see. There's not many of these guys left. That's where that 140 points really stinks. They're pumping out a lot of attacks, but Phantom Knights just have the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 3, 4, 5, 6. They've only got a movement of 5. If I don't take this glyph, it leaves it for the Phantom Knights. So I'm going to stealth fly and hope this is something worth it. Also stupid to give up an attack, but yep. Glyph of Zenithrax Vines. Not only did I give up an attack, I probably just gave up a figure. Oh wait, no, the round is done. If a huge figure moves onto this glyph is immediately removed from the battlefield and that figure may continue its movement. Figures standing on this glyph roll 1 fewer attack die and 2 fewer defense dice. When a figure on this glyph moves off the glyph, roll 1 attack die. If you roll a skull, that figure takes 1 wound. Remove this glyph from the battlefield after a figure moves off of it, or at the end of a round if a figure is standing on it. Gave up an attack for that, but yeah. We will get our attacks in now. We'll get 1 here, and that's going to be 1. And they have a defense of 4. And none. He's dead. Nice. Alright, this guy is going to attack here. And his double attack, we're attacking the same one. Alright, well, you had an opportunity to make 4 figures feel like 8, and you didn't. Defended. Alright, order markers are set. Initiative is rolled. And that's 12-2. Phantom Knights are first. And, well, you're gone. Let's see if we can't get some cleanup action going here and kill off the rest of these Einar Imperium. Well, you know, we will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one can stay there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one will go here. Okay, well, we'll attack the one that's on the... Oh, wait, that round was done. Zenithrax Vines is gone. We're going to attack that one there. And that's going to be an attack of 3. You know what? I can actually save a little time doing these 2 color dice. White dice will be the Einar Imperium. And we've got 1, 2 skulls, no defense. Gone. Let's do an attack here. And that is going to be 2 shields versus 2 skulls. You're fine. And we'll get an attack there as well. And we've got 1 skull, 1 shield. Defended. Order marker number 1 on this side of the table, oops, is going to be the Einar Imperium. And we're going to stealth fly this guy. 2, 3, 4. Doesn't really matter. We're going to just go here with him. So that way we can get the potential, maximize the amount of attacks we can get in this turn. This guy first will attack back on that guy. And that'll be 3 on 4. White die or the Einar Imperium. And we've got 2 skulls, no shields. Let's get an attack here. And that's going to be 2 skulls, no shields. Very nice. We'll get an attack here with that one. And that is 1 skull, 1 shield defended. Time for 2 attacks here. First that one. And that's only 1 skull, 3 shields, defended. And attack again. You know, you're kind of a bogus Einar Imperium. You've missed that guy 4 times now. And he's going to respond. Well, order marker number 2, 3, whatever, doesn't matter. Phantom Knights. 3, 4, 5, 6. This one will go here. No. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one will go there. Okay, first, this guy will attack him. And that's going to be 3 on 3. White dice are the Einar Imperium again. And that is 1 skull, 2 shields. You're fine. We'll get an attack of here on that one. And that is 1 skull, no shields. And we will get an attack on that Einar Imperium. And that is 2 skulls, no shields. Order marker number 2 on this side of the table is the last Einar Imperium. And he's going to try and attack that guy again. 3 on 4. White combat dice for the Einar Imperium. And that's going to be 1 with 1 shield. You know, dude, you're going to get him this time because I hope this happens, but I hope you miss again, and that guy is going to kill you. And we've got 2 on... Yeah, that's what I figured. Can't make bold claims like that. He's dead, finally. Well, order marker number 3, Phantom Knights, and we will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to go here, and then this guy will go here. And we'll get 2 attacks on the Einar Imperium there. And that's going to be 3 on 3. And that's going to be 1 skull, no shields. Well, 1 attack on that guy. Order marker number 3 on this side of the table is Fiabani the Void Siren. And she's going to go here, 1, 2, 3. Try and get the treasure. Remember, on a 1 to 5, she immediately dies. And that's a 17. She gets the treasure. And it is Cloak of Invisibility. This figure may use this cloak at any point during its turn. The figure has no visible hit zones and never takes leaving engagement attacks until the end of the current round, or until it attacks with a normal or special attack, whichever comes first. Stupid. And you don't even get to use one of your black powder markers because you still are out of range. Everybody's out of range. So, there goes that turn. Let's set up order markers for the next round. Can Fiabani the Void Siren take on 9 Phantom Knights? Find out next week, or in the next couple of minutes, in Common Clash Season 2. I bet you can tell the outcome of the video of how much longer is left on it from this point. Alright, D20s. 13, 18. Phantom Knights are first. Order marker numero 1. 6. This guy's going to fly there. And 5, 6. One will go there. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one will go here. We're going to get 3 attacks on Fiabani. That's going to be 3. A lesson I've tried to learn several times is charge your batteries when you're filming a video. Anyway, it was 3 on 3 white dice representing Fiabani. And that is going to be 2, or no, the white dice are Fiabani. 1 on 1, nothing. But the first time each turn that Fiabani is targeted by a squad figure with a normal or special attack, you may roll the 20-sided die. If you roll a 13 or higher, Fiabani cannot be targeted by that attack or any other attack this turn. So, she is not a master of disguise. We're going to do attack number 2. And that is 1 on none. Gets a wound. And attack number 3. And that is 2 on none. So, very good. Order marker number 1 on this side is Fiabani. The invisibility cloak does not matter because you don't need targetable hit zones when you're adjacent. We are going to do Fiabani with an attack of 4. I don't even have 4 white die. And just because I can, I'm going to remove a black powder rifle, increasing her range to 5 for this turn. But she's engaged, so it doesn't matter. She's going to get just a normal melee attack on an adjacent figure. I wonder if doing that would actually make it attempted ranged attack, and that would make the... No, that wouldn't, because it has 3 when rolling defense dice against a normal attack from a figure who is not adjacent. So yeah, even if it is classified as a ranged attack, now they're adjacent. So that's going to be 4 on 4. I know I just showed 3, but whatever. Anyway, that's 2 on 1. That's a Phantom Knight down. Order marker number 2, Phantom Knights. And here's where developing your figures, is what they call it, matters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because you always have somebody to replace a fallen soldier. Now, if she somehow manages to kill all these guys are going to have a turn to get up there. So, we'll do 3 attacks on Fia Bonnie. 3 on 3. And she was targeted by an attack, rolled 3 shields, but she is the Master of Disguise. She cannot be targeted by this attack or any other. So, Fia Bonnie's turn. Order marker number 2. Got 4 attack. We're going to use another black powder marker. We're going to attack the guy that just moved up. And that is going to be 1 on 2. Nothing. Order marker number 3. This is lasting a lot longer than I thought it would. I think we'll kill her this turn. So instead, we're going to give up an attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's get this out of the way first. Master of Disguise, 3. Not a master. We will do 2 attacks on Fia Bonnie. It's an attack of 3 on 3. And that is 2 against none. She's done. You fought well, but not well enough. And there is nothing historical about you. You are science fiction. You have a gas mask, grenades, bandoliers of ammo, and a weird, modern-looking pistol. You are not a historical figure. What was with that outburst? Well, people said it's a historical figure, but it is not. It is based on the bloodline of an actual historical pirate, according to Avalon Hill, which all that lore has been thrown out. So Fia Bonnie the Void Siren is indeed a science fiction character. And even if she was based on the bloodlines of an actual pirate, it is not that actual pirate. And here are the current stats of the game. Utgar chalking up another victory, Einar with a loss, and the little colored squares to represent how the matches have went. So yeah, I think that unless by some miracle Utgar loses this thing, because he still has the most squads, he's still going to have the most amount of army cards in Season 3. But the video I went over about what I'm going to do with the loss, the people who lose and stuff, it just feels like now, either way it goes, Utgar's still going to be a majority of the seasons. But I'm going to stick with what I said. We'll see how it goes. My system of how I'm going to deal with this at the end of the season is already confusing enough. I don't need to live break it down while recording a video and confuse possibly you and myself even further. So anyway, I'm just ending now and not worrying about it. I'll get to it later. However, this is bothering me. For some reason, I cannot fix those 2 squares, but the rest is better. And I mean, yeah. Not taking the ink.